I've been making moves and they hard to tell. Acting, yeah, I did it, I don't kiss and tell. Any nigga hating, I'ma wish him well. Got it out the mud, but I never dwelled up. If you in the way, I don't wanna pass. Only call it one time and no phone tags. Try to waste my time, it's a fucking rap. Shawty moving like a clown and a maniac. Where my niggas at? Where my bitches at? I think you tryna take me home, then I finna pass. I let Shawty do the chief and I just need a glass. I'm just tryna keep a balance like my zodiac. All the old friends, turning new friends. But they wasn't day one tryna sneak in. But they wasn't day one tryna creep in. But they wasn't day one tryna sneak in. All the old friends, turning new friends. But they wasn't day one tryna sneak in. But they wasn't day one tryna creep in. But they wasn't day one tryna sneak in. J1 funny. I need Benji, man, ain't enough for him. I don't need no newer friends, got enough for them. They be trying to settle in, but I'm tough on them. I can see the moves cause they be sneaking. I don't answer calls when I'm in a meeting. Please don't hit my line when you feeling needy. Say you down bad, but I don't believe it. Where was niggas at when I was down? I looked around and no one was around. I came up quick and this is what I found. Your biggest hater probably from your town. All the old friends, turning new friends. But they wasn't day one tryna sneak in. But they wasn't day one tryna creep in. But they wasn't day one tryna sneak in. All the old friends, turning new friends. But they wasn't day one tryna sneak in. But they wasn't day one tryna creep in. But they wasn't day one tryna sneak in. All the old friends, turning new friends. But they wasn't day one tryna sneak in. But they wasn't day one tryna creep in. But they wasn't day one tryna sneak in. All the old friends, turning new friends. But they wasn't day one tryna sneak in. But they wasn't day one tryna creep in. But they wasn't day one tryna sneak in.
Hello everyone, welcome to, oh hang on, let me do that. Oh, I've turned on, welcome everyone. Oh, it's been one of those nights already. It's been a long attempt to try and set this up and get it going. OBS decided it was going to have a bit of a freak out, then all me drivers decided that they weren't going to be up to date, and I was like, you need to be up to date because tonight is the biggest moment in the TJWF of Pro Wrestling Simulator, which of course we've been playing over the last couple of weeks. It's TJ Mania, everybody. Like, we've got one more Sunday Slam to go, possibly two Sunday Slams. Yeah, it is two. I'll tell you why it's two in a second. We've got two Sunday Slams to go. Then we've got TJ Mania. And OBS was just like, oh, I don't work anymore. I'm like, come on. Got to get with the program. So we're done. We're ready. It's now time to go. TJ Mania is a thing. Let me know if the microphone's a little bit too loud, by the way, because obviously we're trying to put... we've fixed some bits and pieces that have been going wrong with it. Let me know if it sounds different. Hold your horse, everyone. We're going in. It's time for TJ Mania. Right, this right here then, this is what we've got, okay? We've got ourselves TJ Mania. Hello, by the way, to everyone on Twitch. Hello to everyone over on TikTok as well. Nice to see you all. Hope you're good. It's nice to have everybody around here. It's a tiny bit loud. I thought it might be, to be honest, because what I've done is I've got a little bit more gain going through OBS than I have through everything else. So how about that? Does that sound a little bit better? That's not right up in your grill, is it? But it sounds better on the podcast when I do it this way. So that's been my thinking. But welcome in, everyone. Hope everyone is nice and good. As I say, it's we are trying to get ourselves fully fixed and ready for TJ Mania. Airborne, welcome. I mean, look, this is TJ Mania. This is Pro Wrestling Simulator, the Airborne. Okay. I've tried to hide the taskbar as well, but apparently it's not having any of it tonight. So, it's one of those days. I mean, if I was Limp Bizkit, I'd have written a song about this. Honestly, we're trying to work out how I've got taskbar hidden as well, but it's now going like, oh, I'm not hidden. Automatically hide there? Nah, not having it. Not having it at all. Right, fine, whatever. We'll work around it. Never mind. But yeah, so we have, for those of you who were here last week, the TJWF, right? Basically, it's the Tony Jameson Wrestling Federation that we started a couple of weeks ago. It's a play with viewers as well. Okay, so if anybody is a sub via Twitch or via Amazon Prime, then you're welcome to be part of the roster, right? We can put you into the roster and we can make you one of the wrestlers that becomes part of the TJWF. We are leading up towards our first ever pay-per-view, okay, which is TJ Mania. As you can see here, now, it's 6 days away for Sunday Slam, and then 13 days away for Sunday Slam. So that's our weekly show. That's what we normally do on a Sunday night now, is TJ's Sunday Slam, and then 19 days away is TJ Mania, and of course 20 days away is the next Sunday Slam. So the first Saturday of the month is TJ Mania. That's why I've had to shift it around. So our weekly shows have been going fine, okay? We're a small little independent wrestling promotion, so we've not got loads and loads of budget. We've not got superstars. We've not got massive names. We have got some champions, okay? So for those people who are brand new, we do have some titles, and this is who is currently our champion. We've got a TJWF narrative title. We haven't decided what's going to happen with that yet. We might run it, we might not, we don't know. But the tag champions are the Nation of Moderation. So that's our mods that we have over here in the stream. So Dan FM and Captain Zeep, they hold the tag titles at the minute. Also part of the Nation of Moderation is Rogi and is Rugio. So they're our four. They're a pretty badass heel stable that have taken the Federation by storm. The women's champion is Meredith Glover, who again is a bit of a badass. She just likes to do bits of beatdowns and stuff. So she is the current women's champion. The Airborne is in on a tier 1 hit. They want in on the action. Yes, Airborne. I like the cut of your jib. Give me 2 seconds and we'll put you into the roster. We might get you to make your debut at Mania, maybe just before, maybe just after, we shall see. I want in. That's what we're talking about, Airborne. So the women's champion is Meredith Glover, and our TJWF world champion is Elias Durand. So that's where we are. Crazy Brit needs to be added in as well. Yes, that's true. They do need to be added in. also. So welcome, by the way, to everyone who is starting to drop in over on TikTok. Hello, nice to see you all. We're trying to build this, by the way. So we normally stream Football Manager, by the way, for those people over on TikTok and those who are brand new to this stream. Normally we stream Football Manager, but of course there's not much Football Manager going on at the minute. But we're going to try and mix things up a little bit. So Monday nights is Minecraft. Okay, so Monday night Minecraft. Wednesday and Friday is Football Manager. And then Sunday is Pro Wrestling Simulator. So that's how we're doing it. That's the TJ Sunday Slam. So this is where we currently are, right? So if you're over on TikTok and you can sort of see a little bit of the screen, if you want to see the full screen, you have to head over to Twitch. Come and join us over here. It's Tony Jameson FM on Twitch. If you want to see the full thing, if you're happy just chilling on TikTok, more than welcome to do that as well, okay? Those of you over on Twitch, by the way, you've already got involved. Airborne, for example, gone from, what is this, to, I'm now part of the roster. I love this. This is brilliant. You've seen the FM gaming. This game is something new. It's wrestling, so I'll support Hype for Mania tonight. We can talk about Mania. We can certainly talk about Mania as to what happened yesterday, what's going to happen tonight. I called the ending. Last night. I was like, it's going to be this. I reckon it's going to be this. I was actually quite happy with how the triple threat ended, to be honest, because there's always a plan B as far as I'm concerned. There's always a plan B. So, right, we've got Sunday Slam to book then. We're 6 days away. Let's make a note. We've got Crazy Brit to add in, and we've got the Airborne to add in as well, prior to Mania, okay? So, if we have a little look, can we see our previous shows? I don't think we can we? That's the problem. So we can't really go back and double check as to what had happened in the last show. Ending was easy to understand. Not any of the matches that surprised me. I think today we'll have more surprises. I think so. That'll be it. Event histories. Events and histories. Where's events histories? Britt, talk me through it. Because have you got the... there it is there. Did you get the database that I sent down, by the way? Britt, because I did send you that to say, look, here's in case it crashes, this is where we're at. So, all right, brilliant. So this is what's currently happening then. So 909 people turned up to the last Sunday Slam, and not many people thought it was very good, but it's fine. We're learning, right? We're building it as we go, right? We're brand new, as I say, on the block, okay? So don't expect perfection straight away. Yeah, Rome wasn't built in a day. TJWF is going to take a long time to build, okay? So what we had this, right? I'm going to make some notes on the card. So we had Max Walker set up an open challenge to Elias Durand, and he won the title, okay? So Elias is our new champion, okay? Versus Max. Okay, we had Harry Sloan versus Marlon Frost. What's the aim of the game? Is to be the biggest organisation? Yeah, I suppose, Rich. Yeah, it probably is actually. That's the long-term ambition of the save. I guess that's probably where we are. Whether we move and do that, I don't know, or whether we stick and we raise the TJWF to the dizzy heights. I don't really know. I'm pretty brand new to the game myself, to be honest. So we'll work out what's possible and what's not. Really. Newbie question, essentially FM, but with wrestling. Yeah, pretty much, Lulu Buster. Pretty much. That's 100% where we're at. You don't get to see the matches. We just book the shows, we book the winners, and we hopefully book a decent show. And people will then be like, all right, cool, that's a good thing. So Lulu Booster's in, excellent. That's what we like. It's lovely that our regulars are sort of like on board with this and think, yeah, that's cool. Let's just go with it, you know? It's going to be what it is. So we had Tatiana Flowers as well versus Sophia and Yuritsa. Now, Yuritsa, I think, is probably going to be the best out of those three, really. You can't get relegated. We don't know. We don't know. We haven't tried to find out yet. Possibly. Who knows? So Frost won that with a quick pinfall, which people weren't particularly happy about. Yuritsa won that one with a submission, which again people weren't particularly asked about. The angle with the Nation was well received, 80%. Henry Lewis and Lars was a bit of a dud, double count out. And then Meredith versus Natalia was a bit rubbish, but Meredith won the belt, and then say Elias won against Max, and then cool. Right, so that was last week's show. Okay, I guess we best book this week's show then, had we? Let's get that done, shall we? I'm the Vince McMahon of all this. I hope not. I really hope I'm not the Vince McMahon. I'm the TJ of this. Okay, that's where I am. Okay, I'm the TJ of this. I'm not doing anything that Vince did. Right. So, okay, let's book our show. So we currently have a men's champion, a women's champion, and some tag team champions. Yeah. We started booking this last week, didn't we? Elias versus Alessio, but I don't think there was any massive reason for that, was there? I don't think there was any particular rationale there. We can't go back any further, can we? Match. Walker's a classic heel. Elias is plucky youngster. The match is designed to make Elias look good. Elias grabs the victory. Clean pin, becomes the first ever champion. That's fine. So that was the 3rd. Then there should be something on the 14th, I think. Should there? 3rd, 10th? Yeah, where's the 10th? Yeah? Face and heel, any ideas? So, okay, so face is good guy. Heel is bad guy. Or, whichever gender you wish to be. Right, there we go. Here's the 10th. Okay, so the 10th then started with Elias, Max, and Alessio starting. So Elias throughout the came out to celebrate. Alessio then jumped in, figured he wanted a piece of the action. Max says that if Alessio wants to win, then he goes through him. So the basically there was a number 1 contenders match between Alessio and Max. Jeb Uso versus Lars was a bit of a dud. Nobody really enjoyed that match, to be honest. Then, of course, we had the Nation back in. We had Yuritsa versus Tatiana. Sorry, I'm making notes of this as I go through as well. Where Yuritsa won that one. Again, not a great match, really. We then had Meredith beat down Natalia. Attempting verbal warfare, Meredith snaps back and attacks her, leading to officials having to separate the pair. So again, yeah, Meredith really piling on Natalia, so that's going to push on to Mania as well, I reckon. Do you create the wrestling personas? Yes, we can do. Yeah, we can create the characters as well. We can have people turn from face to heel and vice versa as well. We can create stables, we can create tag teams, we can create the titles. So yeah, we can decide how the story goes, to be honest. Then we had the Max versus Alessio match, which ended with the Nation taking out everybody, to be honest. So Alessio won, and the Nation took out everyone. Elias's music then hit. Elias agrees to face Alessio at Mania, as he's the number 1 contender. As soon as the match is set, the Nation music hits, they attack, and everyone is basically left out. So, hoping there's outfits for the profile pics. Well, there might be some. Yeah. Okay, and then this is our final match, which was final week, which was pretty much a quiet match, wasn't it, really? So Meredith won by submission again. Jebby and Lars did nothing. I think we'll probably try and end that because there's nothing really happening there. As the Riot McBain turned up, so he's new, so we can have that. Gudja needs to debut as well, I think, at some point. Which was actually he was here. Yeah, we had the debut of Luffy, Rich Owens, and Gudja. Rich Owens won. Rich Owens won by pinfall. Alessio and Harry had a match. Alessio won by cheap pinfall. Henry and Harry came out. I think there was a bit of a bundle, a botch there. That shouldn't really have been Henry and Harry. That probably should have been Max and Harry, actually, to be honest. We then had Riot McBain versus Marlon Frost. Riot winning. Sumiko Saito and Sophia. Sumiko won. And then we had the Nation win the tag titles against Elias and Alessio. Yeah, I demand a one-on-one. That's that rich, hairy Fraud Owens. Well, we can give you that. We can give you that. We can give you a one-on-one. Gudja. I think that's probably a fair place to start. So, Elias versus Alessio. That's booked in for Mania, right? So TJ Mania. Okay, let's pop that in just so I don't forget it. Okay, so we have Elias versus Alessio for the title. Okay, and spoiler alert, Elias is gonna win, right? Elias is gonna win that. Okay. He's going to win by pinfall. We'll work out exactly what it looks like as we get through, and let's also book our women's main event as well, which again is going to be Meredith versus Natalia. Okay, and again, I think we keep Meredith as the champion. She can win by pinfall as well, just for now. Okay, and we'll work that out later on, and then we'll also have the Nation can defend their tag titles, but I don't know who against at the minute. So let's see what happens. In fact, actually, I tell you what, maybe after the Rich Owens Dave Gudja match, maybe we could make them tag at some point, or maybe Rich and Jeb might want to become team up with someone. Maybe we'll see. Right, Airborne. What I need a name for your wrestler, Airborne. That's what I do, and the same for you, Britt, as well. You know, a name for your wrestlers to add you into the mix. Okay, so let's start the show. Okay, let's start the show with a entrance from the Nation. Okay, because what they did was they beat everyone down, didn't they? At the okay. So we want them to enter, okay? We then want them to cut a promo. Now, do I want who's going to be the mouthpiece of the Nation? Rouge, I think it's yourself and Zeepa in here right now, aren't you? So right, Rouge can start cutting the promo. Okay. Let's give you a 2 minute promo. Okay. See if you can find a guy named calling Tony Yeboah, give him a big finisher. Let's go for Airborne, nothing fancy. Yeah, that works. Right, Rouge, if you can keep up with the notes, or Zeep, if you can keep the notes, that'd be great. Please, thank you. Right, so I want you to have Rougeau's gonna make Elias and Alessio the subject here, okay? Then we want Dan and Zeep to add an angle. Do we want them to? Actually, yeah. Let's not do that. Let's then have Elias's entrance music. Or maybe we have... Tell you what, let's go back to that last beat there. Edit that. Because he's calling out... Basically, you're calling out everyone that you beat up last week, right? So, Elias, Alessio, and Max. We'll have everyone in there, but Rugio's the main mouthpiece, I think. Okay. What we could do is we could make a 3-on-3 at the end of this match, because I don't really know if Alessio and Max are gonna team. Do you know what I mean? Like, Dan's in the ring as well. You're all technically here, Dan. You're all technically here. Okay, so how about all four of you come out, right? You start cutting this promo against Elias, Alessio, and Max, because that's who you beat down at the end of last week's show. So you want to make a statement, okay? At that point, we probably need to set a match, don't we? Let's set a match, and it's going to be Dan and Zeep are going to go back, and they're going to go up against Max and Alessio again. Is that going to work? I'll tell you what. Rugio, you're in charge. You're making it a triple threat match. You're making it a triple tag team, okay? Alessio, Max, and Elias versus Dan, Zeep, and you're calling Rogian as well, okay? That's made for tonight. Okay? So the Nation start the show addressing the beatdown at the end of last week's show. Rugio reminds everyone in the locker room that the Nation are here to take over. And no one can stop them. Then we've got... Actually, let's have... Shall we have the entrance of Max, Alessio, and Elias as well? Let's add that. Right, so then we want the entrance of Elias. Okay. Then we want the entrance of Alessio. Oh, right, cancel that. Right, add story beat. Right, entrance Alessio. Actually, let's do that all as one thing. Okay. So entrance, we have Elias, Alessio, and Max. All turn up at once. Okay. Enter to all enter to what's the word to answer the call. Let's not answer the call, is it? To discuss what happened at the end of last week's show. Sure, so that's then going to go there. We then want to have a beat where the match is made. Should we put? I'll tell you what. Should we put an authority figure in there at this point? So the match announcer is TJ. I'm going to call the match, right? I'm calling it, right? Actually, you know what? No, I'm not calling it. Matchmaker favours entertainment popularity. Those for getting a match. Shall I call the match? Even Jeb, how are you, buddy? I don't really know if I need to be getting involved here. Where's the back and forth? War of words, right? Okay, so there's a war of words now between everyone who was involved last week. Jeb, would you be interested in forming a tag team with Rich and Gudger? Would you be interested in that? How do we get our hands on this sim? So, Dynamo, it's on Steam. It's on Steam. So, yeah, if you just jump onto Steam and then go for what you call it? Yeah, Pro Wrestling Sim. Just get that in there. Tag it up with Rich. Okay, cool. We can make that happen. Because that could actually help us with a match tonight. Right, Rogi. Right, so Jebaru and Rich are going to go in a tag team against Luffy and Gudger. Okay? Loads of database as well. There's absolutely loads. We could, we've got the WWE update as well, so you can actually do like the actual current superstars and roster and that, and obviously all the pay-per-views. So we can have that. That might be something that we do for YouTube, like from this week onwards. So we'll see what WrestleMania ends up like this weekend, and then we might potentially do some YouTube content for the WWE side of things, and we'll keep the TJWF for Twitch. You can do your WWE. You have to download it from the Steam Workshop, Airborne. Yeah. So let's have a bit of that then. So we've got a bit of verbals there, ongoing. That's going to be a 3-minute, I reckon. Okay. Your team should be the Hairy Frauds. Okay. The match is set by Rougeau for a 6-man tag. Wrestler for Lulu Booster and Airborne, please, when you can. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We will get that done now. So that's actually the first segment. Right. What are we picking up? Sorry. We're picking up a... So, Lulu Booster and Airborne. Right, okay. Are we going for faces or heels? Can we have some confirmation of that as well, please, as to what we'd like? So let's book another... That's what we'll do. We'll also... Even Titus Steven, good to see someone else on here that does Wrestling Simulator. Yes. Would not recommend starting WWE. There's loads of shows to book. There is. So Lulu Breaker Booster is a heel. Right, okay, let's get you a heel then, shall we? Definitely into that. I'll get Omega Luke and the Tag Champs of the world. Yeah, you can do. You can absolutely do that. There's lots of ways of swinging it. There's also a few bugs as well where the where it says that people are popular in Europe, but then they appear to be, Japanese or from wherever. So I did Extreme Wrestling Warfare last week with an updated roster. Nice. Ashton Palmer over on TikTok. What's this game? This is Pro Wrestling Simulator, buddy. It's very cool. Well, I say it's very cool. Basically, it's good for me because I'm basically trying to book a wrestling promotion. It's the TJWF, the Tony Jameson Wrestling Federation. We have a weekly show called the Sunday Slam, which we're currently booking now. And look at this guy. Star power 99, safety 81, wrestling skills nothing. That's really bizarre. Potentially just book him to the world, despite the fact he can't actually wrestle. Right. We want Lulu Booster booked in, don't we? Yeah, if you want to see the full thing, then you can come and have a look over on the on Twitch. Yeah. Is Jim able to multi-stream with you? No, he's not allowed. He's not allowed. But you can hear his thoughts on not WWE by listening to the FM Show podcast this week. Female plays for Lulu Booster, absolutely. Right, where are we? Do you prefer being a short and skinny build? Safety, entertainment, bit of wrestling. Pretty decent. She looks good. Caleb Wang, that's the guy we want. Veronica. What else have we got? Female wrestler. Addison Wallace. Good wrestling. Reasonably safe. Star power's pretty good. Go on, right? Lulu Boost, you can have, 300. What she wants to be? Main event face, or you want it to be a heel? Orange catsuit lady. Orange catsuit lady, unfortunately, looks like she's under contract to Alpha Pro Wrestling at the minute. So we'll see if a catsuit's your bag. Let's try and get you a catsuit, shall we? All the while this is happening, remember we have to try and start booking our shows as well. And things have taken, well, we're slightly late now because of the, basically slightly late because of everything needing to be updated today. So that wasn't good. Wrestling, stamina, star power. Oops. Intro music, 440. That's a lot of money. See what a wrestler. Still, she's not very good either. Saminiko Nakao. So someone who's pretty decent, right? We need to try and sort of build up the women's division, to be honest. Mari Chiba, entertainment, stamina, not much of a wrestler. Intimidation, 92. Entertainment, psychology, wrestling skill. Bit of everybody. Main event, face. Again, face. We want a heel, don't we? Yeah? Is that what we're looking for? Right. We want someone that's going to be decent. 15 for wrestling skill. That's dreadful. We can, of course, edit all this as well. So there's like loads of things we can do as we go through. I'll tell you what, let's see if you can work heel. Regina Flynn? Regina Flynn. Looks like a heel, doesn't she? Yeah. Is that what we want? And we want classic heel or... Yeah, I reckon classic heel. Arrogant, actually. Thinks they're better than everyone else. Is that what you're going to go for, yeah? Right, there we go. Regina Flynn's in. Okay? So that's Lulu Booster, okay? And then Airborne wanted to be a face. Brain injuries is definitely a thing. Brain condition definitely seems to be something that's worth considering on some. So George White as staff. We'll also as well put the we're going to put the production values up ever so slightly as well for TJ Mania. Okay, so. Who's the top promo in this world? No idea. Like, literally, we are working this out as we're going through. So, we've done it. We've basically done this twice. You know, it's our second stream. So, upper mid card heel, but you wanted to be a face. We need to get this person in anyway, I reckon. Let's put them in just in case. Right? We might need another wrestler. Elijah Sullivan. Again. Heel. I'm realizing what I'm doing is I'm spending a lot of money on wrestlers, but I'm sure we're going to be able to sell some heel. Right, tell you what, you can be face. Dario Gustafsson, that's you, okay? Okay, so let's now go to these. Do I have to go to my roster and then change them there? So Dario Gustafsson becomes Airborne. I think that probably makes sense. Yeah, it says Airborne. We need to spend the money to get the right people in. Yes, that is a good point. That's a good point. And then Regina Flynn is Lulu. Was it Breaker Booster? Added to the sheet for Airborne. Yeah, right. Perfect. Okay, so let's look to debut some extra talent as we go through. Okay, so let's go back to Sunday Slam. This is why I've got to have pens and paper all over the place to remind myself who I'm booking, when I'm booking it, what's going on. Okay, so we have... let's take that match out because that's not happening on this match. This isn't happening either. The match at the end of the evening is a triple threat, a 6-man tag. Sorry, 6-man tag. Okay, so it's Dan, Rogi, Zeep versus Elias, Alessio, and Max. Don't really know. Well, what do we think for the ending for this then? Should we have it as the nation win again? Should we have Max maybe cost Alessio and Elias? I mean, they're going to go. Max and Elias are going to go. Have already been at it. Alessio and Elias are going together for the tag titles for the number one contenders match. So the main event at TJ Mania. You ref the match and hit the babyface for the chair. Doesn't even get that involved that quickly. You know, I think me getting involved in that match just yet, right now, not the best way of doing it. But I might get involved in Mania though. You never know. You never know. Right, so let's think about that for a second. Let's work that. Let's create another tag team. Okay, and it's going to be Jeb and Rich again. Still got no hair. They're going to be called the FM team. Obviously. Okay, and they're going to be up against Gudja and Luffy. Now, they're not a tag team just yet. Gudja, if you were to have a tag team, what would you call it? Maybe you don't even need a name. Just leave it as that. So let's book that then. Let's just have a tag team match here. Okay. And I'm going to leave that to the game to decide who wins. Because I'm not getting involved in this one, right? Right, you've got 4 minutes. Show us what you can do. Yeah. We need. I think we need another women's match. Everyone needs to be face, but not baby face, not a regular face. Yeah. Oh, look, we'll work out where the Airborne fits in. Yeah. Okay. We'll get you. We're not going to put you right up to the top just yet. We need to. We're like three shows in at this moment in time, so we've got to try and work out who we've already got, who's make me champ now. I'm gonna make myself the champ, right? This is what I did. I started this just so that I could be the champion. Okay. So, where's Harry Sloan? Harry Sloan versus. What did I mess up last time? Harry Sloan and Henry, wasn't it? I think. think maybe we cut Lars, possibly. Airborne needs to be a spot monkey, but David Arquette on the title. Yeah, I've not even put any third-rate rappers in. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy, isn't it? I should. I absolutely should. Yeah, this is my show, so I decide how much I win. Harry Sloan versus Henry Lewis. Henry Lewis versus Harry Sloan could probably work, couldn't it? It's main heel versus face, mid card. If we can book it so that Henry wins, I mean, we need to obviously get a little bit of movement for let's do a cheap pinfall. Yeah, you're going to be the main event of Mania versus Trump. No, God, no. If there are any third-rate rappers in this, I want a handicap match against all of them. yeah, against the Wu-Tang Clan. That's what I want. Right, so Harry versus Henry is designed to give Harry... Well, we sort of want Harry to look good. Right? I don't know whether or not Henry's gonna go with that. To make Harry look good. Henry steals the win. To hopefully build momentum in the feud. Yeah, so we can hopefully maybe get something going on with them too. Is that how you spell feud? It is, isn't it? Oh no, it's not E-U-D. Right. Let's go for that, shall we? Yeah, they're happy with that. Cool. So 2 4-minute matches. We've got 15 minutes left of the show. So let's do you want to add an angle? I tell you what we'll do, because these tend to work quite well. Okay, let's add a video. Okay, so the video promos tend to be quite good, and this is where new wrestlers and new superstars get noticed. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have a Lulu Booster video package goes in just before the women's match. Okay. RZA says thought night 1 was weak. Triple Threat saved it. Night 2 is heavy stacked. Me and my friends did this 20 years ago in high school. Great memories. Yes, RZA. Now we're talking. I thought it was all right. I thought no. I mean, match like night 1 was fine. Yeah, night 1 was fine. Triple Threat, as you say, yes, definitely good. I mean, a couple of matches I was not really sure about, in terms of like why they were there. I still don't understand how you can have Jey Uso choke out Gunter. I'm not having that at all. Like, I'm not having it. Let's have a 4-way women's match, right? Okay, let's have a 4-way women's match, and then that then comes with Lulu Booster has her promo first. There's a 4-way women's match. Okay, I didn't like it. WWE's not for me. No, I get that, Brett. Absolutely. It made Gunter look weak. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've had him like undefeated for God knows how long, and then all of a sudden he taps out in like 10 seconds or something. It's like, oh, come on, pathetic. Like, especially when you're gonna take the belt off Jey Uso in about 2 weeks anyway. So all he does is this. You know, I've seen nothing else from him. Get ready for Dom to get the IC title. He deserves it. Massively improved. I'd take that. I'm going to have Yuritsa Wheeler win this by submission, I reckon. Okay. So this women's match is designed to showcase the roster. Jay isn't world champion material. Don't see the long run with a belt. Not at all. Not at all. He'll be gone. He'll be gone. I wouldn't be surprised if they take it off him at Raw. Do you know what I mean? Just like get rid of it. Go, nah. You know, we like your Yeaton was good, but other than that, there's nothing here. So they could potentially take it away. Match is designed to showcase the roster. Could we have the beat? Maybe Lulu Buster could be. No, I don't want you to debut just yet. I want you to be there. Meredith can maybe be at ringside, possibly. Okay. Still have you win by submission. Okay. Meredith can interfere in the match. Yeah, Meredith interferes in the match. That's fine. Meredith interferes in the match, which forces Natalya to lose. So let's have Natalya submitted. Actually, not submitted, pinned by Yuritsa. Okay. And then that keeps the heat going on up into TJ Mania. Yeah, that's what I think. Do we have a purpose for this? Make history, put the epic match on. Makes Natalya look good. Makes Yuritsa look good. Or we could just have it as it's just a match. It's just a match. Nothing really there, is it? To build on. We've then got 9 more minutes of content. So we could have... We've got the FM team versus Goodyear and Luffy. That's a 4-minute epic. Riot McBain could squash Lars, possibly. Just get them in there. Have another... That's just to make them look good, possibly. Yeah. Okay, and that's to embarrass Lars. Just easy win. Okay, submit him. Lars look weak. Short and simple match. Riot wins by submission. Okay, so no real sort of like build up or anything, just in, done. And then we've got 6 more minutes to build as well. We've got Henry is against Harry. Luffy and Goodyear are against Rich and Jeb. Who else are we missing? Got some other workers at the bottom here who we don't particularly want to be putting in just yet. Maybe give the Alessandro Keith. Okay, I'll tell you what. Alessandro Keith can go up against one of our newbies here. Who have we just had? Oh, Marlon Frost, possibly. Face versus face. We'll have... Oh, mate, let's not have anything too specific. That contract doesn't start, so can't appear in this match. Right, okay. Take Keith out, then put one of our new people in then, shall we? Yanis D'Amico. Actually, yeah, this could be quite good, actually. This could, yeah, so they're both strong style. So, let's have that to steal the show. Let's see if we can have a history match. Can they both do that? Entertainment and wrestling skill. They might be able to just about pull it off. I don't know. Workers put together an epic match full of drama and suspense, requires workers with enormous popularity and good wrestling skills. Right, okay, maybe not that then. If the match contains workers with good enough wrestling skill, they'll push themselves to create a mess. Right, let's go for steal the show. Okay, see if it works. 5 minutes. Do you have a gimmick? MMA style? TLC? No, let's just keep that as it is, shall we? So that's just a normal mid-level match, which we want to see. Something decent. 1 more minute of content. Maybe at the end of that match we can just have Airborne turn up. Right. Story beat. Just right. Airborne can just stand there for 1 minute. Okay, nothing actually happening. So technically, a debut in some form. So right, the show kicks off like this then. So we've got the Nation come out first of all. They're gonna address the beatdown, the beatdown at the end of last week's show. Rougeau reminds everyone in the locker room that Nation are here to take over and no one can stop them. So Elias, Alessio, and Max all come out to discuss what happened. And then the match is set for Rougeau for a 6-man tag at the end of this match. Okay, we have the FM team versus Gudja and Frozen Luffy in a tag team match. Winner to be decided by the computer. We're not getting involved in that. Sloan versus Lewis. Lewis wins by a cheap pinfall, but we want Harry to look good. Henry steals the win to hopefully build some momentum in a feud. We've then got an angle involving Lulu. She turns up and we basically see her video for the first time. Then we have the women's match, 4-way match, Natalia, Laritza, Tatiana and Sophia. Yuritsa wins by pinfall, but Meredith interferes in the match, which forces Natalia to lose. We've then got Marlon Frost versus Yanis. We have Airborne show up at the end. Then we've got McBain versus Lars, where we want McBain to basically finish off Lars pretty quickly. And then we've got the actual tag team match at the end. 7 minutes, 6-man tag. Sound alright? That should be a show, shouldn't it? That should be. I mean, let's see how it goes, shall we? It's one of those ones where I'm sure it's going to be fine, but then of course the ratings are going to come in and they're going to be, it sucked, we don't like it. Unread mail. Matthew Mitchell wants an increased booking fee. Where is Matthew Mitchell? Have we still got him? And who has Matthew Mitchell now become? Because we changed him, didn't we? So someone's just got some new money. Oh, it's Jeb Uso. Hang on, Jeb, you want extra cash? What's happened here? Jenny Uso. Unbelievable. He wants more money. And he's had two dud matches so far. He gets a tag team with Rich Owens, and now he's like, I need more cash. I mean, I understand that. I understand once I made him tag with Rich Owens, he needed more money. He's like, you're gonna have to pay me more for this. It's like, fine, I get it. Okay, so here we go. This is the Sunday Slam then. Let's see what happens, shall we? Let's start the show. Everyone, let's go. Okay, so we've got the angle then, first of all, involving the Nation. 61%. That's a pretty good start. Everyone's popularity is boosted. Dan, Zeep, Rogi, Rougeau, they've made their entrance. That's 74%. Response: Rugio, Rogi, Dan. They cut the promo on Elias, Alessio, and Max. That's 66% received. Elias, Alessio, and Max enter 63%. Alessio, Elias, Max do the sparring 60%. No one's massively bothered about the result of the. We're going to put the match together. 33% is the reaction. It's just behind my head. You can't see it there. Sorry, but 33% want to see a 6-person tag at the end of the show. Overall, though, 61% for that segment. So that's not bad. That's a good start to the show. With some people that are very, very popular, clearly in the in the TJWF space. Now, the FM team versus Gudger and Luffy. Rich Owens did the heavy lifting in the match. Right, Gudger, Jeb, I'm putting this into the Discord. There is no way that is a thing. That is not a sentence that has been said by anybody before. Rich Owens did all the hard work, right? Okay. Unbelievable. There you go. Rich Owens' popularity has changed to nothing. The segment may have helped Jeb Uso gain popularity, but the lack of momentum means the fans couldn't get behind them. It's a 63% reaction, but it's a 43% for that show, so for that match. So not great, sadly. Harry versus Henry. Henry's had a boost. Finish slightly hurt the match quality, sadly, with that cheap pin. So we're down to 42% now. Lulu Boosters segment, 37%. We normally have good video segments. I'm surprised that's scored low, but popularity's raised, so that's good. We then had the 4-way match in the women's. Tatiana did the heavy lifting, so she got a bit of a raise. 36% for that heel, I guess. Yeah, but I mean the Nation got a big video segment. They're heels as well, so maybe we're overdoing it. Possibly, it could be that. Marlon versus Yanis. Yanis did the heavy lifting. The wrestling ability wasn't there to steal the show. They were aiming for something great, but never quite got there. Backstage morale meant the workers were not performing at their best. We need to get some backstage morale up. How do we do that? Friendlies? That's 44%. Crowd reaction 70 at this point, though. So maybe we're getting a little bit better as a show overall. Airborne, 27% for Airborne making their entrance. And then we got Ryan McBain versus Lars. McBain got a better reaction than you'd expect. Decent. So McBain's on a bit of an upward trajectory. 29% for the actual match. I think we have to cut Lars, I reckon. Alcohol increases morale. Quite possibly. So here's the final match then, the 6-man tag. Zeep got a better reaction than you'd expect. Zeep is over. So's Dan. Okay, Elias gets a performance boost because of his gimmick. Max has a performance boost because of his gimmick. So Max and Elias both get a boost. Backstage morale meant the workers weren't performing at their best. Elias did the heavy lifting. Crowd reaction 72%, with the final score 45%. So overall, not bad, I don't think. But 35%? That seems unfair, doesn't it? Like, how are we not hitting? Like, some stuff seems to be working and some stuff isn't. Right. Sold 821 tickets. What was the 861? 909. Oh, right. Okay. Tickets are going down, aren't they? We need some cash into production. Pyro's music. We probably do. I was going to put some bigger investment into into TJ Mania, really, and have that as the where we start to put some extra expense in. But I don't know whether or not you can do it just for one event or not. Right, so we have to have the world title has to be defended. Let's work out how we do that. Where do we go to our promotion? Production. Right, how much money have we got? There's a question. 157 grand. £10,000 a month for cheap cameras. Right, let's do local paper ads, okay? Let's get some... I know we need to say that sometimes you've got to speculate to accumulate, but let's see how much we... £100,000 a month. We can't really jump up to that, can we? And even... You know what? Staging and lighting, actually, I think is probably more important. Let's get that, yeah? From 500 to 10 grand is a leap. See, like, so to go from nothing to 10 grand. I think we're here for the long... I don't want to jump straight away. Do you know what I mean? Let's keep it low for now. Staging and lighting. We might do something for TJ Main. I wonder if you can sort of like bounce the production costs around and jump it up to for your pay-per-view, pay for some like better staging. You know, and then knock it back down again for the following month. I wonder if you can do that. If someone knows, can you let me know about that? That would be great. To let me know. Lars is not really very good. Lars isn't very good at all. So we may need to look into him going forward. Better camera for the main show seems like a good idea. I think so. But again, camera quality, £10,000 a month. Move it up on the day of the show, then back down. That's what I thought, Britt. Can you do that? And just literally have it as a one-off cost and then back down again? Because if we could, then I'd be tempted to do that. Yeah? I'd be tempted to do that. So, where we are now, then, this is the final slam before Mania. Okay, final slam before Mania. Try clicking on now and see what the pop-up says. So if I click camera quality, issue you want this as well as the monthly cost. It will cost £500 to implement this. Oh, actually, so does that mean that it's only going to cost us £500? Oh no, it's in addition to that, and there's £500 to implement it as well. It'll cost £10,000 to implement this option. Oh, right, okay. So you're not gonna get it done for free, which I guess makes sense. How's about we have one final Sunday Slam as like low budget, and then for TJ Mania we boost the budget. We go right, low quality staging and lighting, better quality cameras, and we just leave it at that, and that is what it is going forward. And we hope, therefore, that we can bring in some money that way. Does that sound about right? I don't know. Maybe. Right. Opening match of the Is WWE on this with all the real wrestlers? Yes, Hobby, it is. It is, but you have to download it. You have to download the extra database and stuff, which is all on the Steam Workshop and the Community Workshop, so you can get it easy and it's free. So yeah, definitely get that in. We're not using it right now. We might use it for YouTube going forward, possibly, but for Twitch we're having our own TJWF. So that's what we're doing here. So we've got Max versus Alessio. Now Max is starting to get a bit of a build up. Alessio is going to be the number one contender. Okay. I think we get Max to win because he's obviously got a bit of a build up. It does mean that Alessio shouldn't really... Well, Alessio's not winning at Mania anyway. Maybe we're sort of like cutting him down a little bit. Max is a sprightly 56. Max also wants a title run by the end of the year, by the way. So we might have to start building Max up a little bit more and have a long-term plan to have him win the title. Okay, so we need that. So let's make this to make Max look good. Okay, we want a 5-minute opening match. Okay, show starts with Alessio and Max in a repeat of the number one contenders match a couple of weeks ago. Max continues to build his momentum. With one eye on a future title shot. Yeah. Okay. Did backroom staff have an impact? Everything seems to just jump up very, very quickly from nothing to lots. So where's backroom staff? Backroom staff is £500 a month to $10,000 a month. So yeah, it's everything seems to jump a lot, really. United CFM's in. Hello, Kev. How are you, my friend? Hope you're well. Welcome in, sir. If you're not following the United City, by the way, you probably should. You need to do that because tomorrow, myself, the United City FM, and Murph FM are playing Minecraft Mondays. So yeah, you need to be there for that. So let's hit the promo at the end of that for Elijah, who can come in and he can have a promo against Alessio and Max. Okay, Elias cuts a promo to hype up TJ Mania against Alessio. What's Minecraft Mondays all about then? To be honest, Brit, very, very straightforward. We play Minecraft, and it's and it's good fun. It's really good fun. I'm brand new to it, but I'm really enjoying it. So the United City's been showing me how to do it, and I've had a great time. And yeah, then Murph just jumped in and said, "Oh, let's do a bit more of this." And I was like, "Yep, that sounds cool." And yeah, we've now got a thing. So we have a joint world, and yeah, we go about, we do our thing. It's great. It's great fun. Absolutely brilliant. I think we can have a repeat of the tag match for Rich and Jebby versus Gudja and Luffy. I think they're going to need to potentially face each other. Maybe at I think we have to have Rich. Rich is going to win by. Rich is going to be the. He's going to get the win. I think it should have a major spot. Have we got wrestlers who can do entertaining things? You know what? Yeah, I think we could have that. It's gonna have a major spot, right? Okay, so this tag match. To be fair, the death count is not as high as I expected. It's not. I'm quite surprised as well, to be honest, Rouge. I was expecting it to be in pandemic levels, to be honest. Sets the scene for a tag match at TJ Mania as well. Okay. Rich looks to continue his popularity boost. By getting the pinfall. Popularity boost by getting the pinfall. Right. Okay, nice little 4-minute match there, I think. Now, do the nation challenge the FM team to a match at Mania? Don't know. We'll think about that. I'll have a think as to whether we do or don't. So we need another match now between Samiko Saito and Natalia, and then that match has to be interrupted by Meredith. Okay, so that is a draw, and it's a disqualification. Okay, the match is called off due interference. Meredith interferes in the match again. Actually, does Meredith even need to interfere? I don't think she does she? I think we can have... You know what? Let's have Natalia winning, right? Let's push Natalia a little bit and make it look like she's actually a worthy competitor. I want to make Natalia look good. Okay? Are you trying to follow the calendar that we do in terms of pay-per-view events? Sort of, yeah. Sort of. We... So the TJWF has a Sunday show every week, and then I'm having my pay-per-view as the first Saturday of the month. So it just so happens the way that we work this out, this is going to be TJ Mania. It's going to be the first Saturday of February. So that's where we're going to run Mania from, because of course it's WrestleMania weekend. Andy Ritchie over on TikTok. This is Pro Wrestling Sim. You can get it over on Steam. It's about 15 quid, I think, or something. It's like Football Manager, but for wrestling. So... if you want to see more of the screen, if you're on TikTok and you can't see the full screen, come and join us over on Twitch, twitch.tv/TonyJamesonFM. You can see the full thing over there. Or if you're happy hanging out on TikTok, feel free to hang on TikTok. It's nice to have you over there. It's nice to have ourselves spread all over the place. We've got TJ Gaming on YouTube as well, rolling on the background. God, I'm everywhere. Oh, I'm like Jey Uso. And that I'm popular. Well, I'm popular, but you don't really sort of see a lot of me, really. So this match is designed to boost Natalia's confidence going into her match against Meredith at Mania. That's class, massive FM fan right on my street. Yes, Andy. Now we're talking. Samiko wants it changed. Right, well, I'll tell you what, Samiko, you're not in the match. I'll put you against someone else. Let's put Yuritsa. You'll be happy with that, won't you? Yuritsa will be happy for Natalia to win, surely. There we go. That's fine. They're happy with that. It's the TJ verse. It is. It absolutely is. Have I missed the main event yet? Not yet, Root. Not yet. That's coming up very soon. We've got one more week of Sunday Slam to go. Then it's TJ Mania. So we should be able to tie it in probably about time that we finish just before WrestleMania. So that's where we're hoping for. Let's add another women's match in. Okay? Let's put... Yuritsa and Samiko Sato and Tatiana in. Have a three match, and then we can have Lulu Booster can interfere. Okay, match is called off because of interference. Yeah. Okay, so Lulu Booster interferes in the match. Okay, so this match is designed to introduce Lulu Booster to the TJWF audience. Now, do you join at this point, Lulu Booster, or do you join at Mania? I don't know. I'm tempted to put you in now because again we can have some women's matches leading up, but then it's also got to be that thing of like what is going to be the Mania card, isn't it? All right, no, it looks fine for now. Let's keep that in. United City, have you done what all bookers end up doing in terms of starting out as an authority figure and eventually just book yourself to win the title? I haven't yet, Kev, but obviously I am in it. I am in the game now because I've got to make myself as the booker and the organizer. So yes, I am there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we've got Alessio versus Max. That's fine. We want to have... should we have a singles match from the Nation? Andy sharing the TikTok. Thank you, Andy. Very kind indeed, mate. Thank you very much for that. Let's get another Henry versus Harry match in. Yeah. Okay, we want Harry to win this one. Okay, I want him to win it clean. Let's give them 5 minutes. Let's make Harry look good. Okay, so following the cheap win last week, this match makes Harry look good. Oh, actually, no, do we not? Do we keep it? Cheap win last week. Henry grabs a clean victory. However, after the match, he attacks Harry with a chair. Okay, let's do that. So we want to, maybe don't put anything in there, have Henry win, pinfall's fine, 5 minutes, then we want an angle with an attack. Henry attacks Harry. Okay, and at that point, Airborne comes in. And then there can be some stair down there, yeah? There's a stair down between Airborne and Harry against Henry. Yeah? Let's see if that works. This has got to go at the end, hasn't it? We can't open up with... Actually, let's do that. Elijah cuts a promo to hype up the match against Mania. Yeah. Then we want... That goes in there. How much we got left? 28 minutes still left of the show. God, loads left. Right, Max and Alessio. Can you go for 6 minutes? I don't think they can they? I might have to try it though. Steel cage match. Not for a one like this. We've got no money at all. Root. We're not just going to chuck a steel cage in for no reason. If we had that kind of money, if we had 10 minutes for the cage to come down, yeah, it takes all the time to build it up. That'll be the issue, isn't it? Potential attendance. We might be able to sell out. Possibly. That'll be interesting. I don't think we've ever had a sellout before. I feel like Elias needs to have a match. Because he hasn't really had anything, has he? Like, he's not that he's like sort of not defended his title. We're not trying to do that, but he's also not really been... let's put him up against Elijah Sullivan. Okay, so Elias is going to win by pinfall. Obviously, we wanted to make Elias look good. Five minutes. Should be a fairly decent. Should be able to make that match look good in the run up to TJ Mania. If you want to sell out, just tell me you record an episode of the TJ Wrestling podcast after the main event. That is the main event, Kev. The main event is another podcast, sadly. So this match is designed to keep the momentum going behind Elias. Okay. So let's have that then as a... So yes, we've got the angle there. Elias cuts a promo. Then we can have Elijah's... Right, then Elijah has the... here we go. Right, that'll be it. Okay. So add an in... Okay, so Elijah's music hits. He then comes in. Match versus Elias and Elijah and Elias. I can't get that. I can't have that match, can I? Going forward, this is a one-off. We're not doing this constantly. 4 more minutes of content. God, here we go. Monday Minecraft, Tuesday Wrestling Pod, Wednesday Pokemon Pod, Thursday FM Show Pod. The week is filling up. Isn't it just? Isn't it? We need McBain in there again, don't we? McBain versus Marlon Frost, possibly? Right, McBain versus Marlon Frost. Let's give it as an automatic finish. This is not really a... King of the Pod. You better believe it, Root. You better believe it. Let's actually have a little bit less match there. Little bit less. there, because I also want Natalia to cut a promo on Meredith. Because we need her to try and beef up to Mania. Let's move that down a bit. Actually, they can do 5, can't they? All right, 2 more minutes of content. Who else wants to have an angle? I tell you what, let's add an angle here. This can be a challenge, possibly. A brawl? Actually, yeah, brawl. Let's do this, right? So you're never going to guess who is going to be brawling. Right, it's the Nation of Moderation. Okay, and they're going to brawl up on all of the of those tag teamers. Do we do it as a backstage? No, let's put them all in together. Jebby Uso, Luffy. So Uso, Rich, Gudja, Luffy, Rouge, Rogi, Dan, Zeep. Yeah, all dive in. Two minutes. 2-minute brawl? Or I don't know. How about here we go. Right. Let's have a how about I set the match? Add angle. Match is made. And it's going to be a triple tag team match. Okay. At Mania. Can I do that? Don't know if I can do that, can I? Oh, it doesn't look like you can. Is it possible? Maybe. Let's see. Oh, they need to go down there, don't they? Right. Zeep, Dan, TJ announces. Okay. The brawl is interrupted to set up a triple threat tag team. I can't spell it all, can I? Brawl is interrupted to set up a triple threat tag team title match at TJ Mania. God, my, there's a lot of T's in there. There's a lot of T's in there. Interrupted. Let's see if that angle actually works, shall we? Didn't we do that last week? Did we? What did you have everybody? Did we have the triple? Jesus, the camera's sharp. I know, Trek. It's far too sharp, isn't it? Far too sharp, to be honest. But how are you, my friend? Pleasure to see you. Let's have a shout. Should we have a shout out for Trequinho, by the way? If we haven't already done so, that'd be much appreciated. The Nation beating everyone up. Yeah, it's a constant, isn't it, really, with you lot? Do you want to take it out? Do you want to take the angle out and leave it just so that we have? How can we? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's take the angle. Let's take the beat down out. Okay, and let's change that then to a challenge. Can we have a challenge? Can't have a challenge, can we? Interviews, possibly. I mean, that bit, don't want to overuse it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Trek, I look glorious. Thank you, Trek. I look tired as well. Is what I look like. Standing about menacing can also work. Yeah, let's do that. Right, so we're gonna get you all to stare down. Okay, so we want your entrance music to come in first of all, then. Okay, so let's do that. Dan Zeep, Rogi, and Rouge. How are you anyway, Trek? Are you well? Hope everything's treating you good. So that goes there. Add a story beat. Have a stare down. Stare down could work quite well, couldn't it? That's all of the Nation there. There's Zeep, and then we're gonna have everybody else down here, and we'll make it. Then that can be the triple threat tag. Sorry, I just had the feeling that all you were doing was go around just knacking people. That was your thing, I thought. Yeah. Okay. So add story beat, entrance, TJ's music hits. Right. Okay, and now we have to take another minute off now, apparently, because we've got too much. Right, perfect. Let's go. That's us. We do, but in moderation. Ironically, in moderation. So 5 days away from the Sunday Slam. Okay? Let's see what we can come up with, shall we? And then TJ Mania is in 10 days' time. Oh, who's happy? Who's excited for TJ Mania? I am. Let's have a look at what it looks like so far. So we're thinking we're going to have a triple threat tag match. So let's book that in now. Okay? Let's have the triple threat, because we know that's going to come. Right? I love that way we're potentially waiting for the outcome going, but we know the outcome, don't we? Jeb and Rich up against Gudger and Luffy. 33, Zane, look at that. 31 months on the support. 33, honestly, you are the sort of person who needs to be part of this roster, my friend. Welcome in. Pleasure to have you. Let's give that a 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Do you think? I think that I'm going to say 7, right? And I want it to be. I think it's obviously going to be for the tag team titles. The Nation are retaining. Okay, the Nation are going to retain. Can't have them drop the title straight away. Should have a major spot. Yeah, let's have a major spot. Okay. This match is designed to showcase the Nation and keep them and have them retain the tag team titles at the first attempt. You think chaos rather than chaos. Thing is, it favours workers with entertainment skills and popularity. Now, I would argue that no one really has any of that at the minute. Jeb Uso's got some entertainment. Rich Owens has got a bit of wrestling. Gudge is a kind of mid-carder. Luffy's a kind of mid-carder. I think if we keep it as a major spot, then what it does is it just means that something can happen. Yeah. I don't really want to know who the spot is. Who wants to take the major spot? It feels like Rich Owens needs to take the spot, doesn't it? Like he's been trying his best. Right, Rich is going to get the big spot. Okay. Rich takes the big spot. Okay. So let's save that. So that's already locked in then for the for Mania. Okay. Meredith wins the women's title. Can't have a loser to Natalya just yet. Rich has been running scared of Big Damo for ages. I know. I'm trying desperately to get that match set back up again. See, so again, this hasn't really got the potential. Like, Elias could potentially do a chaotic match, but I don't really know. High wrestling skills. 47, it's not going to work, is it? Let's just make Elias look good. Let's just do that, yeah. Okay, so that's another match booked in for Mania. We want Henry versus Harry again, the rematch, don't we? This time Harry's going to win it. Okay. Because obviously he's been after a run of defeats. Harry finally gets the W over Henry. Okay, so that makes Harry look good. That's what we want with that. Lewis is unhappy about it. So do we need Henry to win again? Wrestling 61, 70. I wonder if they can put on popularity and good wrestling skills. Have they got those things? Wrestling 61. Star Power's only 38, maybe. Let's try it. Let's try and make history with that match. See if we can. Defeats. Harry fails again to collect the win. However, the match sets up a longer running with this, Harry's desire to win something like that. With this, Harry starts to doubt whether he can ever beat Henry. Okay, so let's put a bit of doubt in that match, in that with info. Okay. Who else do we want? We want Max in there as well, don't we? Max can have a Mania match against Ryan McBain, maybe. There could be two going against it. They've both got some. Yeah, you know what? Let's have that. Let's have Max win. Okay, it might slightly stop Riot's. It won't stop his sort of progression, but do we want it to make Walker look good? See if we can do that, shall we? So this match is designed to keep Max Walker in the title picture. The veteran is keen to win the belt this year. Okay. Triple threat needs to be chaotic. Oh, sorry, that's back from the other mention earlier. Right, let's have a women's match then. So Lulu Booster can go in against Yuritsa or Tatiana. Samiko Saito. Do you reckon you two can have a decent match? Wrestling skill 89, 87. That should be a match. That should be a good match. Right. Let this one steal the show. Okay. 6 minutes. Have you got the stamina for 6 minutes? 33. Nope. 6. Oh, right. Okay. You can't really steal the show then in 3 minutes, can you? Okay. Let's have it as a short match, shall we? This match is designed to showcase Lulu in her debut match. Let's take Samiko off then. Would you go against Tatiana Flowers? You might do, won't you? Lulu can win. By submission, I reckon. 3 minutes. Let's keep it short and simple. Okay? If you haven't got the energy to go for longer than that. 44 minutes worth of content still. So, add an angle, add a beat. I want to have a promo from Elias. Subjects about Alessio. Okay. Actually, do I even need to have all this? I mean, this is just extra stuff in it, really, to sort of like fill time, really. 41 more minutes worth of content. Oof. What am I meant to do now? Right, that. Can they go for 9 minutes in the tag team match? Hope so. Alessandro Keith, Elias is in there. Henry and Harry are in there. Jeb Uso's in there. Right, McBain. Right, Yanis can go in against Marlon Frost. That could be decent, couldn't it? 78 stamina, 81 stamina. Okay. Now, can you two do? Can you have a show stealer? Say, yes, Breezy. How are we, buddy? Welcome in, everyone. Nice to see you all. Raiders, you're all very, very welcome. Welcome to the TJWF, by the way, the Tony Jameson Wrestling Federation. We are 1 week out from TJ Mania. We've got 1 week of Sunday Slam to go. Then we've got TJ Mania. So if you haven't seen Pro Wrestling Sim before, it's Football Manager for wrestling. Okay, so we book our own promotion. Everyone who's, now let me just say this for a second. Everyone who's sort of like subscribes or is a Amazon Prime member on the channel, they get to put themselves in the roster, so they get to be part of the the TJWF as it is. So this is our roster right now. Okay, and yeah, this is us. So we've got people like Airball. We've got who else here? Zeep's one of our mods. He's part of the tag team title holders at the minute. Dan FM's one of the tag team titles. We've got Luffy's in, Jeb Uso, Rich Owens, loads of people who are already in here. Of course, you've got yourself, TJ there, the entertainment, basically. But yeah, it's pretty handy, really, to be honest. And what we do is obviously we start to build up the stories. We write the shows, and yeah, that's where we're at. So if this is your vibe, we do it on a Sunday, by the way, so if this is your vibe, feel free to hit a follow on that. That'd be much appreciated. On Mondays, we'll start to do Minecraft with the United City FM and Murph as well. So we do that also. And then Wednesdays and Fridays, I do Football Manager, because that's my other thing, really. So Football Manager and the FM Show podcast, which, of course, if you haven't already got that, you need to get that as well. Tony Triple H Jameson, says the Andy. Yeah. Although with a lot less Trump support, to be honest. But yeah, that's where we are now. This is what we've got. So if this feels like your bag, then hit the follow, please. I mean, much appreciated. You've got a whole wealth of fun ahead of you, you know. So come and get yourselves involved. Let us know. Let us know if you watched any of WrestleMania yesterday as well, by the way, or if you're planning on watching it tonight. Okay, so I tell you what we'll do. Let's go for, this looks complicated. It's not massively complicated, to be honest, AK. I'm maybe making it look more complicated than it is. You know, because obviously I'm very, very new to it, and it just looks like another spreadsheet game, really. So you get to pick whatever you want. So here's your storylines, which you're obviously building up as we go through. Yeah, so we can sort of work out what's working, what's not working. We can look at how much production we're going to put into the shows as well, whether we're going to have like fancy cameras, or whether we're going to keep it cheap and cheerful, whether we've got some staging, some lighting. We're going to do that for TJ Mania, by the way. We're going to start adding some low quality staging and lighting because it's a pay-per-view. You know, we're going to have some marketing. You can then look at finances, which is reasonable at the minute. We've got 47 grand profit, so we're making some money. Merch, we haven't got enough money to make merch just yet, but you all know me, I'll get some merch on there. It's one of those you have to play and get used to. I feel like that. Yeah, I feel like that. And I'm only saying that because of the fact that I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, we've been playing it for like 2 weeks, so this is where we are at this moment in time. 2 weeks in, Gunther tap out was a poor choice. Oh yeah, it was ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. Like, you can't make him look that weak. You know, you've had him like unbeaten for what, 400 days or something, and then he taps out in 10 minutes. Like, nah, not a thing. Not a thing. Yeah, it looks stupid. So right, here's Sunday Slam then. Okay, Loads of angles. This is our final Sunday Slam before TJ Mania. Should have had him pass out. No, he shouldn't. Shouldn't have had Gunther tap out or pass out at all. He should have had Jey Uso win by pinfall. And then it keeps Gunther looking strong, and it allows Jey Uso to go over as a champ. But you can't make Gunther tap out. It just don't work. Doesn't work. So right, let's go then. See how it works, shall we? Oh, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those. So Elijah Sullivan comes out and cuts a promo on Alessio and Max Walker, sorry. What's interesting there is I put the wrong person in. I meant to put Elias, but I've put Elijah in there, so that's actually quite decent. Then that's worked in a sense. What did I think of the triple threat last night? I thought the triple threat was good. I called the ending to a friend of mine during the week as well. I went. They need to go back to the There's Always a Plan B and have that as the ending. And my mate was like, "Fuck, if they do that, that'll be class." And yeah, genuinely enjoyed that. What is interesting, by the way, is I watched that about 10 minutes before I went live tonight. We went live a little bit later because OBS needed to update, and I was just like, "Oh, for God's sake." Just a waste of time. But the youngest one wouldn't go to bed, so he watched the triple threat with me, like sort of there like that. He wanted CM Punk to win. Like, he's 5, but he was like, "Oh, CM Punk, I want him to win." I was like, "Right, fine, cool, yeah, me too." And then so he's watched his first WrestleMania match. The other one was asleep. Wise man not being wise. Who'd have thought it? Triple threat saved the first night. Yeah, I think so. Let's see what tonight brings. You know. Shouldn't have tapped out of that, but the way he tapped out for 3 seconds, should have just gone and done a pass out. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not one for the tap, to be honest, but that's why I'm not in charge. So 61% for this then, by the way, for Elijah, Alessio, and Max. 54% for the angle involving Elijah. So interesting. Okay. TJ versus Elijah actually worked pretty well. The crowd were happy with that. 72%, they were hyped. Jade Naomi had all the build-up and it was a wet squib. I mean, look, Naomi's shit anyway, isn't she, really? They just need to get rid of her. Jade's injured still, I think, possibly. There was a lot of talking throughout that match. It wasn't good. I thought the Tiffy Charlotte match they did well with. They managed to sort of play that all right. Made her sort of look good when she was like going after Charlotte's knee and things like that. And that was quite a nice little angle. The tag team with the New Day and War Raiders, I was like, oh, okay, interesting, fine, done. I kind of get why that the New Day have got the tag titles again. LA Knight, yeah, I'm glad he's lost the belt because I don't really get him. I don't get him. Jacob Fatu, I think, is going to be pretty decent. What else was on? What else was part of the? Can't even remember. I think it was it. That was it, wasn't it? I think. So Elias gets a bit more of a boost leading to Mania, which is good. So he's okay with that. Right, the triple threat tag team, the FM team versus Goodyear and Luffy. Sorry, just the tag team match. Sorry, the major spot brought the match to another level. Go on, Rich Owens. Yes. Jacob Fatu is going to rule the wrestling world at some point in the next couple of years. He's very good. He's very good, isn't he, Kev? Really, really good indeed. Rich Owens sold the spot and he got the crowd on their feet. That was good. The match was too short to get a good match out of it. Well, we had to keep it tight. We wanted to keep the excitement there. So Rich Owens, again, doing the heavy lifting. Rich is flying. Honestly, we've found his new calling. Okay, then we've got an angle involving the Nation of Moderation setting up the triple threat match. 42% reaction. So 68% was obviously the Moderation coming down. Then the story beat, but me getting the match happening. 22% reaction. Not great. Handle character changes. What's happening there? I mean, you should already have been heel. Right, I don't understand why that's not heel, but there you go. Right, next segment. The the women's match didn't really happen. Sumiko Saito, Yuritsa Wheeler, and Tatiana Flowers just, nah. They didn't like the win. Okay. Sumiko was struggling for breath by the end of the match. It was only a 3-minute match, and Sumiko's already she's clearly got asthma, I reckon. Fatu versus Uso could be on the cards. I mean, well, what, champ versus champ? I don't really, maybe, possibly, but I think I think they've done the bloodline thing to death, really, haven't they? You would think. Fans seem to dislike the fact there was no definitive winner. Oh dear. Oh dear. Natalia versus Yuritsa, right? So Yuritsa's did the heavy lifting, but Natalia's win pushed her up a little bit, so that's good. We need her to build as we get towards Mania. The angle with Natalia Meredith was good. Natalia cuts a promo with Meredith. 75% for that promo. Go on, Natalia. Now we're talking. Riot McBain got a better reaction than you expect. He's riding momentum. He's just basically squashed Marlon Frost. Henry Lewis versus Harry. Henry's got a boost again. How do we improve the backstage morale? That's what we need to look at, because nothing seems to be happening there, does it? Sloane's attacked by Lewis. Airborne makes her entrance. Airborne and Sloane stare down Henry. That's worked well. 51%. Okay, so Airborne's in the building. Max Walker's took a boost as well. Max Walker made it look like a threat in this match. It helped their popularity. 63%. Final score 37. Like, we're just... Look, the shows are good. How are they not hitting? Quick question, what skin do I use for FM? I use the WTCS skin for FM. Fazali. That's what I use. Right, let's get some... I'm going to pay for cameras and lighting. And TV ads. Just for... We sold 1,000 tickets, though. We sold out our first Sunday Slam. Get in. Okay, so while the matches might not be great, apparently, we've actually managed to do quite well there. So 85 grand worth of tickets, 17 grand for the venue, 3,000 in merchandise, 8,000 in sponsorships, 22 grand in staff wages, 20 grand in production and marketing, 35 grand profit. Now what we've done is, though, we've boosted everything now for Mania. Okay? So let's look at Mania then, shall we? Are we 100% happy with what we've got in terms of our winners? For example, does Meredith keep the women's title? Does Elias keep... I think Elias should keep the men's. And then obviously we can have the feud leading with Max later. We could even have the angle with Elijah as well in here. Let's just do that. Let's have that and a stare down. Elias and Elijah. Yeah. Okay, so let's finish the show like that. Potential attendance 2,940. Let's go to a slightly bigger room then, shall we? Let's go to a large sports hall for TJ Mania. Okay. 2.5. They reckon we can fill. Right. They reckon we can get 3,000 in. Should we just do 2,500 and have it full? And maybe let's take. It doesn't need to be 2 hours, but let's make it an hour and a half. Let's just make it banging for an hour and a half, yeah? So it's half an hour more. We need 14 more minutes. Sloan and Henry have got a match. Giannis and Marlon have got a match. Ryan McBain again. Sumiko Saito. Why is she not? Stamina 33. Why is she not? Yuritsa. Let's give Yuritsa a match, shall we? Yuritsa versus... Sophia's not very good though, but... Is Tatiana already booked, is she? Do another triple threat in the women's? Do they really want another triple threat match? Get some more. Yes. Where's Mania happening? What city? If it's Scunthorpe Screwjob. It's definitely in Scunthorpe. Yeah, it's what it is. It's the Tiny Temper Mania. So we were going to hold it in Southampton, but figured we'd do it the other way around. He's been to Southampton, but he's never been to Scunthorpe, so we thought put it in Scunthorpe, see if he fancies it, go from there. All right, let's get Yuritsa to win this one by pinfall. Should we have an elaborate entrance as well for someone? Let's make Yuritsa look good, shall we? Nice in. Saito's unhappy. Actually, go on then, right? Saito can win. Have you got more? Stamina 33. I mean, like, it's just... It's going to be a steel cage match with the British steel went up in smoke, so the cage is now made out of Jaffa cakes. Yeah, that's exactly it. That is exactly it. So let's just go through this then. So the tag team champions are opening the show. Sorry, no. First of all, we have an angle with Elias and Alessio. That opens the show. Then we have the triple threat tag team match where the Nation are going to retain. We then have Henry versus Harry, where Henry wins by submission. We then have Lulu versus Tatiana. I think we then put another promo with them on it. Let's try and build this feud up a little bit more, I think, to be honest. Henry calls Harry a loser following another defeat. Henry says Harry can never beat him. as he is far superior. Okay. So let's put that. Yes, Luffy, how are you? Welcome. Welcome in. It's a pleasure to see you. You've turned up just in time for TJ Mania. You're in Mania. Yourself and Gudger, you're tag teaming. You're part of the Gudger and Luffy tag team that go up against the FM team of Rich Owens and Jebby Uso and the Nation of Moderation, which is, of course, Dan and Zeep, the current tag team champions. Max wins. So he then needs to have a... Can we have a challenge? So let's not do anything there. Let's not have anything there. Let's just have a... Oh, look at that. We've got there. Pro Wrestling Simulator is an underrated game. I wish more people knew about it. The modern community is so small. 100% agree, my friend. Someone shouting out over there on TikTok. Nice to have you in. Nice to have you in. And you know what? I'm really enjoying it as a game. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. It's not something I thought I'd have played before. But once I got my hands on it, I was like, this is good. This is like Football Manager meets wrestling. I'm all on board with it. JM Thoughts is in the house. Even JM Thoughts, pleasure to have you in. Hope you're well, my friend. It's nice to see you. Let's see what else we got, shall we? So we're going to have another match. Have we got time for one more match before we get to the... We've got 4 more minutes to book. So Yuritsa, Yanis. Really hope Triple H brings out his A game for the Cena Rhodes match. I'm pretty sure they will do. I'm pretty sure they will. Has Elijah got a match? Elijah doesn't have a match. Oh, no, he is. Booked. Where is he? Where is he? I need to put my glasses in, don't I? Would take over the 2K game. Yeah, it would do. If it was booked, if it was advertised properly, then it could do, absolutely. Playing of 2 years is the best wrestling game ever released. You know what? I would have to agree. I would have to agree. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm learning, and I'm sure there's lots of stuff that I don't know about the game at the minute, and there's lots of stuff that I've obviously got to learn as we go through, but yeah, I'm all here for it. Elias can win by pinfall. Hey, let's make that a 4-minute match, shall we? That should be enough, really, to fill the card. Does that look good enough, though? Have we got enough going on? It just feels very much like wrestling, and that's it, innit? I'm tempted to buy this game now. Bring up Iona, Paul Heyman, ECW. You gotta get it done. You gotta get it done, Root. You have to. Yeah. Well, let's give... Will Elias and Alessio, can they do 10 minutes, do you reckon? 60? 70? Yeah, they can. Let them bring the noise. Maybe take out... How much have I overbooked now? 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes. 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10. Right, how does this look then? Is this what we're going to go with? The Elias and Alessio come out with a promo first of all. Okay, so Elias makes their entrance, cuts a promo on Alessio, talking about the upcoming match. We've then got the Nation of Moderation versus the FM team and Gudger and Luffy. 10 minutes we're going to let them have. Has that got the potential? Can you add more wrestlers to the roster? Yep, absolutely can. Absolutely you can. Make sure you check the abilities of all your stars before booking them. Yeah, that's one of the things we have to really learn about, to be honest, because I'm slowly getting through that. Here's a question actually, or on TikTok. How do I make my backstage happier? Backstage morale here. How do I make people happier? Yeah. It's a 3D match engine, so I can moan about it for hours. Just moan about it for the fact that there is no match engine. That's the way to do it, isn't it? Oh, here we go. The more you spend, you keep your co-workers comfortable, the happier they'll be. Oh. Do you know what? Let's spend some money. They can have catering as well, and a bit of subsidised travel. Marlon Frost is negative. Gudge is negative. Okay, let's add that on a little bit. Go to production, increase your stuff. Yeah, we've done that. We've added some extra cameras and a bit of staging for Mania. But I don't want to spend too much money and then be bankrupt within like a week. So I'm figuring let's try and sort of like start small and build it up a little bit. So yeah, I think that's us with Mania. I can't see anybody else who is now ready to debut. I mean, unless of course we get, if there's anybody else in now is ready to debut or sort of show up, then speak now or forever hold your peace. Yeah, if they have terrible wrestling ability, you don't want to have a long match. That was someone we had a look at. We've tried to sort of like keep them down a bit as best we can. Okay, 4 days away from Mania. Still no emails coming in, which I'm, Football Manager, I'm very much expecting lots of emails coming through. Relationships, okay, some okay. Right, people we don't need to be. Can I be added, or is there a deem? Yeah, it's subscriptions route. Yeah, so channel subscriptions gets you in, or Amazon Prime. That's the way in. Everyone to go to the workshop, get Herd's database. I've got that for YouTube going forward. So I am thinking that maybe we start to do some YouTube stuff after WrestleMania. Yeah, so that's a thing. Someone's just left. Oh, hang on. Mid-carder being... Oh, these people have just left already. Ayo Shibata. Decent wrestling, decent entertainment, decent psychology. They've just entered the world of wrestling. Shocking stamina. So these are essentially our new gens. Yeah. No wrestling skill. Well, that's because they're a staff. Trinidad Mello. Personality brawler. Fabio Andre. Cameron Donaldson. Announcer. Right. What do we think? Should we go with it? Shall we? Right, this is TJ Mania, everyone. Let's see what they say. I'm hoping for something better than 36%. We've spent money on it. We reckon we're going to sell out. Potential attendance, 2,994. We've moved to the local large sports hall. We've got a stage. We've got some cameras. Are we keeping it? Are we keeping it with Natalia? Do we keep Meredith as the champ? Right, any last minute changes. Meredith retains, Elias retains, and the Nation retain. The only other thing we could do is we could debut the narrative title. We could maybe have Harry and Henry battle for the narrative title. Do you think? Would that be interesting? So we put that there. Fourth title already. Yeah. I don't know. I'm starting to. I'm overthinking it, aren't I? I'm overthinking it. Is everyone retaining? That's the question. Because if Meredith, do we want Meredith to lose the belt already? We've got two. We can't have. We'd have two face champions then, and heel tag champs. I feel like we could have Natalya build up to next month and win it next month. Yeah. Elias needs to retain for another year. Right, let's keep it as it is. Okay, everyone retains. Atmosphere is bad, will impact performances. Let's work this one out. Okay? We're going for it. The show is about to start. Okay? I'm tired, sadly, long stream for me and Joe Wrestling. No worries, JM. No worries. Appreciate having you in, my friend. TJ Mania is go. Okay? Elias and Alessio have cooked a promo at the start. Cocky gimmick of Elias worked well with the story beat. So, decent start of the show. What we got? 48% reaction for the triple threat tag match. The major spot brought the match to another level. That's good. Zeep gets the better reaction than you'd expect, riding a wave of momentum. Go on, Zeep. Dan's riding a better reaction. Yes. Zeep struggled for breath over 10 minutes, though. That's the thing. Harson, I've just found this game. Yes, Harson. Welcome. Welcome on TikTok. Welcome as part of the Pro Wrestling Sim community. It's good, this, isn't it? This is good. I like it. Given this was such a huge show, the workers pushed themselves to make an impression. Well done, everyone. Well done. Richard did the heavy lifting. Zeep and Dan have bad chemistry as a team. Come on, lads. Sort it out. You're a tag team. The backstage morale meant the workers weren't performing at their best. Gudja was struggling for breath again. 10 minutes too much for Gudja. But Dan and Zeep retain. They're both happy. Crowd reaction 76%. Final score was 48%. So not too bad. I think not too bad. Henry versus Harry. The workers went for an epic, but the crowd weren't buying it. Oh dear. Henry had a boost to his performance because of his gimmick. Given it was a huge show, the workers worked well to push, make an impression, but it didn't really hit, to be honest. So, a bit of a drop, sadly. But the promo from Henry to Harry helped give a bit more heat to Henry, so that's good. So that was a 78% reaction, so pretty happy there with that. That's fine. Lulu versus Tatiana. Lulu won her first match, had a boost because of the gimmick. Struggled for breath even after 3 minutes. Not good. Maybe we have to have Lulu in charge of some people at the minute. Possibly. The match was too short to get a good match out of it, but it was made to look like a threat, so that's helped her there. Max versus Riot. Max had a good boost. Riot got a better reaction than you expect. He's putting in some good performances as well. Max looked good. fine, but it says it's a dud. Like, I don't really think this makes any sense, to be honest. But everyone was good, but not great, apparently. Don't understand it. Women's match, triple threat, huge show. The workers push themselves. Saito struggling for breath, even after 4 minutes. Saito did well, though. Hang on. Saito did the heavy lifting, but was obviously out of breath throughout the whole thing. And looked like a threat. Great. 1-star match. There we go. That's decent, I suppose, isn't it? 41% reaction. 2 stars for the match quality now. Elijah versus Airborne. That's our next thing. Elijah versus Airborne. 2-star match. Here we go. Crowd reaction 76%. Did we have anything else that went anywhere near 2 stars? Don't think we did we? Half a star for Yanis versus Marlon. It's fine. They were just there. They were just there. How's TJ Mania? Damn, we're literally through it in the minute. We're almost there. AK's off to watch WrestleMania. No worries, my friend. Enjoy. Yeah, not great between Yanis and Marlon. Meredith versus Natalia. Half a star again. Meredith retains as the women's champion. And then we have Elias versus Alessio. Elias had a boost because of his gimmick, and his popularity's improved as well, and he looked like a threat as well. Still only half a star. Okay. And then there we go. Then we had a bit of an increase there with Elijah turning up as well. Evening, Leishy. Nice to see you, buddy. How are you? Welcome. Welcome in, Raiders. You've just joined us at the end of TJ. 45%. Get in. That is the best show we've had so far. And I know it's still less than 50%, but we've worked on that to get that high. Okay? We've bust a gut to get something. We've spent money. We've packed out a bigger hall. We've put a stage in. There you go. Oh, LGJ Conway in with a follow. Appreciate that, my friend. Very kind indeed. Thank you for that. Oh, now we've got the night after Mania. Right. Okay. Let's see what the reactions were. 2,500 tickets. Ooh. We've jumped up from 1,000 tickets. So, right, we're on. Okay, we're on an upward curve, I think now. So if we very quickly, Mania is starting, isn't it? I'm gonna have to. Right, we have to book the. Right, let's book the slam after Mania, shall we? So entrance has got to be Elias. Elias has got to enter first of all. Okay. Cuts a promo. Doesn't really have any subject, but he can talk for 2 minutes, I'd say. Then Elijah can come in. Okay, because that seems to have worked quite well. And then they can have a stare down, I think. Or a war of words, maybe. Elias and Elijah. Or maybe we change that to a promo on each other, shall we? No, that has to be the same, doesn't it? War of words. I can't go back to the same thing, you know. Add story beat. There you go. Right. Elijah and Elias. I keep looking for challenge, and there isn't one, is there? Right. You know what? Let's challenge them to a match tonight. Okay. So that's the first match tonight, is Elijah versus Elias. Okay. And it can be for the title. But Elias is going to have to win, because it's not going to be for win by pinfall. Decent wrestling, decent. Let's try and... Should we try and make history, or should we take it off and just not have anything at this point? Let's leave that there for that. Give them a 5-minute match, I think. I think we then have to have Meredith. Oops. An open challenge singles. This is what I was hoping for, isn't it? This is where the challenge comes in from, isn't it? I don't need that, right? I need an angle for Meredith. Against Natalia. So that's 2 matches. 2 minutes, sorry. Let's add another event just while I'm here. So it's not going to be TJ Mania. We need to add a new event. Right. Annual event in March. First Saturday of the month. Okay. Anybody got a name for the next event? I'm going to call it Knee Blasties just for now, right? But we'll change it. Because then we'll put that title match again, Natalia versus Meredith, and we'll have Natalia win, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. We want a right. We want to keep Rich Owens as Rich Owens' popularity going up, so let's have another match between do we have the triple threat? Do we have the triple tag team again after Mania or not? I don't think we do we? All right. Let's add another angle. Let's have another. Let's have a war of words between Harry and Henry, shall we? Triple again seems repetitive, yeah. Let's add a match with Natalia versus Yuritsa. Right, okay, there you go. So that's fine. So she'll let her win. That's good. Max versus Riot. Riot McBain and Max again. Have we just seen that? That's 4 minutes. McBain's unhappy with this segment, is he? Let's take that out then, shall we? Who does he want to go against? Tell you what, let's put Alessio and Max in again. Max can win that. Let's also put Airborne and Riot McBain in against each other. Automatic finish on that one. 4-minute match. Right. Let's just have a normal tag match, shall we? We don't need it to be the tag champs again. Right, automatic finish. 4 minutes. Again, Rich can have another big spot if he wants. Eight more minutes of content. What we're going to have is the closing. Where are we? Airborne versus McBain. Actually, maybe Airborne versus McBain could be a decent opener, possibly. How about we have Harry versus someone else for a bit? Have him as a Giannis wins. There's another. Oh, there's an outside interference finish, possibly. And that can be from Henry. Henry can interfere. That then leads to them two getting involved again. 5 more minutes of content. Right, that's what we need to do. How's about we have a women's tag match? Okay, so 4 minutes for that. And could we possibly have... Could we have Natalia interfere in that match, do you reckon? Because we've had her beat Yuritsa. Then there's an angle with Meredith and Natalia with a promo. So possibly at the end of the match... oh, excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. And then at the end of the match, we then maybe have Natalia interfering. Okay? So have it as a draw due to interference. Yeah? Actually, you can't have it as a draw. It's not going to work, is it? But, like... Actually, let's have it that Sumiko Saito wins because of interference. Outside interference finish. And it's on Meredith. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. So that sounds more fun, doesn't it? That's our final segment there, and then it can end with a war of words as the final angle. Yeah. But is that a bit overkill because they've already been at each other, haven't they? Or do we keep building the heat between them two? Shame you can't add another beat there, isn't it? Because that would be... Or a stare down, maybe. A stare down's always good, isn't it? Between Natalia and Meredith. Yeah? That looks like it might be alright. Okay. Let's do this then, shall we? This is the final. This is the first match back then after TJ Mania. We've not added all of our sort of beats and stuff afterwards, but this is what we think might be the way to go from there. So we're going to keep that angle with Natalia and Meredith going on. Elijah versus Elias for the championship. Elias is going to retain. There's no other titles on the line. Yeah, the Nation are having a night off. Yeah. Right. Let's go with it, shall we? See what we've got. So, Elias's intro's working quite well. He's still got that cocky gimmick working good for him, so that's good. Cuts the promo. Elijah's entrances was fine, 57. They don't like the idea of the match, though, 49%. Which, okay, fair enough, not a problem. Airborne versus McBain. 1 star. That's a banger in our books. 1 star. We've had a 2-star match before, but Airborne versus Ryan McBain. That's decent. Ryan McBain got a better reaction than you'd expect. They're riding a wave of momentum right now, so we need to build upon that, keep that going, and keep Ryan McBain going forward. Natalia versus Yuritsa. Bit of a dud. Yuritsa did the heavy lifting. We wanted Natalia to get over. Still not happening, really. But, okay, fine. We then have the promo with Meredith. 80%. Ooh, that works well. That works well. Okay. Then we go to the tag match. Again, Rich Owens stealing the show, throwing himself all over the place. Big spot of the crowd on their feet. The major spot brought the match to another level. Jebby Uso is boosting his popularity here. So, that was good. Crowd reaction 71. Harry Sloan versus Yanis. 42% overall. Yanis did the heavy lifting. Harry Sloan, again, not really doing great. But then we have the angle of Sloan and Henry. 47%, with Henry coming out on top just about. Alessio versus Max. Max did all right. Show's not really happening at this point. 37% overall right now. Elias and Elijah, 1.5 stars. These two can work. Okay. Elias got a boost. Elias retained. 52% reaction. Get in. Crowd reaction 76. Then we get to the women's 1.5 star again. So Lulu Booster, Meredith versus Sumiko Saito and Tatiana. So Lulu got a boost. Saiko and Tatiana have good chemistry. Excellent. The finish hurt the match ever so slightly. Right, okay. But the angle seems to work quite decent. 72%. Natalia and Meredith having a stare down. Okay. Show rating 45. We're on a roll. We're starting to make slight improvements now in the show. Okay? So that's where we are then. 2 new emails to answer. Dan wants more money. Jesus, Dan, come on. Come on. 1,000 tickets sold for the Sunday Slam. There we go. So we've sold out two events back to back for the Sunday Slam, which is good. We're enjoying that. And we may have sold out for TJ Mania as well, or at least sold a lot of tickets for TJ Mania. Finances going good. We're starting to get some decent revenue in now. 207,000 in the bank. 71,000 made this month. Was I unwell? I mean, I can't possibly say Lulu Booster, but yeah, we need to get you doing some cardio, I think, because it was just blowing, absolutely blowing. So I'm not entirely sure how or why or when, but that's where we are. So right, that's us then. Sunday Slam done. Okay, we've got 3 more slams to go before Knee Blasties, which we might rename. We might change that and give it a new name. But we'll be back next Sunday for that. So another Sunday Slam next Sunday, obviously. And then going forward, still Sundays, just to make it nice and easy, you know. So I have to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who's been around and watched and had some fun and just chilled out tonight. So hope you've enjoyed it. If you are still in the mood for some WWE WrestleMania style stuff, then let's go and see Jebbaroo, shall we? So yeah, right. Pleasure, everyone on Twitch, on YouTube, on TikTok. You're all stars. Take care of yourselves. Back tomorrow with Minecraft. So come and check out Minecraft Mondays. All right. All the best, everyone. Take care. Bye now.